Hey, I recently read The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. The big idea behind the book is that it's just a fun, engaging study of fads. According to Gladwell, the tipping point is that magic moment when an idea or a trend or some social behavior crosses a threshold and tips and starts to spread like wildfire. Just like a single sick person can start the epidemic of a flu, so too can a small but precisely targeted push cause a fashion trend, or the popularity of a new product, or even a drop in crime rates. My big takeaway from this book was the stickiness factor portion of the book. It's the idea that there is a factor that makes a message stick and make an impact. So Gladwell defines the stickiness factor as the quality that compels people to pay close, sustained attention to the product, concept, or idea. And stickiness is kind of hard to define, but you know it when you have it. My favorite example was when he was talking about Sesame Street. I did not realize the amount of research that went into that show. So the goal of the show was to help educate children. The creators of it figured out if you paid attention to the structure and the format of the material, you could dramatically enhance stickiness. The goal of Sesame Street was to educate children, as I said, and you needed the kids' attention to be able to do that. So the child's attention was the most important factor to the success of the show. So the creators read study after study, they scrapped characters that weren't popular, they mixed reality with fantasy, and they studied the kids as the kids watched the show. They figured out what grabbed and kept the attention of the children. The tipping point of the show, as the title suggests, was when they added Big Bird to the scenes. The kids turned, stopped what they were doing, and watched. So it was just like when the adults were talking to each other, the kids didn't really pay attention, but when they added a Muppet to the conversation, that was the game changer. So all in all was this. The big takeaway for stickiness is simple. You can change the presentation of a message to make it more contagious or stickier, which will make it have a more lasting impact. So all in all, I thought the book was good. It provided good food for thought and it sparked some creativity a few times as I was reading it. I jotted down in my journal a few things that really stood out. But the book was not something I couldn't put down. It was really a book I read quite slowly. I read it when I had the time to. So all in all, I think I would give it a 3 out of 5.